Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Air signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Air signs, I really hope that you're doing well. This series of readings is all about what your dreams are trying to tell you, and it was spawned by a question that I asked a friend this week because my dreams have been just so strange and they were frustrating me, actually. And I was talking to her about them, and so I thought I would do a small series of readings on what your dreams are trying to tell you. On my desk today for your series of readings for this series of readings rather, is a beautiful lodolite or garden quartz crystal that I got from a crystal seller called Live True Healing. Live True Healing. She does a lot of crystal live sales on Instagram. Please follow her and buy your crystals from her if you can. She's such a beautiful soul. The woman that runs it, Krista, and she is absolutely a pivotal person in my spiritual awakening. She's a beautiful friend, and her crystals are all over my home, my office, everywhere I go. And all crystals have such a interesting and unique energy. And this crystal is for grounding. And since we're talking about dreams and the subconscious and the kind of underworld and the other realms, I wanted to have something that could ground our energy through this reading as well. So let me show you the decks I'm going to use. Of course, the Dream Decoder for the overall energy, the Radiant Wilds Tarot for your tarot portion, and for the base spread, the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, please Spirit, what messages you have for the air signs? Thank you. Cell phones. Cell phones. A phone represents your ability to communicate. So if in a dream you're having technical problems, perhaps you're unable to get your message across. Talking about the idea of fast communication, miscommunication, missed communication. You know, especially this is really resonating for the air signs, because air signs are really good communicators. It's so interesting here, if you look at the apps on the phone, there's like an evil eye right there, and there happens to be an evil eye on my desk. It's given to me by a beautiful friend. Strange symbols, actually. A Hamsa hand, Saturn, the pi symbol. It's relevant somehow. And especially with like these, it's like accessing other worlds. It's not just the internet. Spirit just said ET phone home. ET phone home. So there could be a connection that you're feeling with Starseed family. This is very different from the other readings that I've done. Or soulmate. Let's see. Let's get a few more cards on the table. So for the base spread, 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So, not a lot of major arcana cards in these readings, strangely. A couple sprinkled here and there, but I feel as though the messages are really from your kind of immediate spirit guides, not necessarily from the bigger entity of the divine. Not that your spirit guides aren't part of the divine, we all are, but it's more about earthly concerns for you, air signs. In the past energy, number 21, which relates to the World card in the major arcana, closing out cycles, the words are tiny triumphs. It's so funny too, because I profusely shuffle the cards between readings, and this card flashed, and I made a note of it because I was like, oh, I wonder if that's going to show up. It's bizarre, isn't it? It's very carnival-esque. Also reminds me of the diamond suit of a deck of playing cards. Tiny triumphs, little victories. Reminds me of the song called Little Victories by a singer-songwriter named Matt Nathanson. If you take it as it resonates, you might like that song, you might like that singer, Matt Nathanson. I haven't thought about that guy in years. I used to go see him in concert every time he was in town, like without fail. Such a nice guy. Didn't really make it to what one might call the big leagues. You know, he never, not that if you asked him, I feel like he would never say this, or maybe he I don't know, but you know, if you're looking at singer-songwriters and you think of somebody like, I don't know, Ed Sheeran or somebody like that's like superstardom, he never broke through that layer. And it feels relevant to tell you that for some reason, because you could be feeling a sense of frustration behind that maybe you wanted something bigger, flashier. Now I'm hearing that Radiohead song, if you want to call it song. I don't know, I can't, it just left my head. It's from the OK Computer album, right? So thinking of technology. Sorry, this is all over the place, but it's going somewhere. I feel like it's going somewhere. Talking about somebody who didn't make it to the big leagues, feeling frustrated about it. But in your past energy, it's almost like rather than let it stop you, you try to show gratitude for the things you have accomplished, for the things that have worked out, right? The tiny triumphs. But there's something about this garment that is sticking out to me because it is carnivalesque. So it's almost like, did you feel like you had to play a part or play dress up or put on a mask or some kind of facade in the meantime, right? Like while you were trying to accomplish things? Because, not to use this guy as an example, because he's such a he was such a nice person when I met him, but his first album that has that song Little Victories was probably his best because it was authentic. And when he tried to make music for the radio, at that time it was radio, I don't even think we had Spotify. To me, the songs fell flat. because they were inauthentic. They were not, it's almost like he was trying to be something that that didn't suit him. Right? And I feel like there's some kind of part that you've had to play. And it's not to say you're not playing it well, but I feel facade here. It's clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles talks about somewhere where we devote the majority of our time. So often this card can be referred to as the card of work. So perhaps there's something here related to work. Trying to communicate. Let's pull a clarifier on it. Knight of Cups in reverse, yeah. Knight of Cups in the reverse kind of talks about inauthenticity, a message that is inauthentic, a message that is lacking in some emotional balance or stability. Because the Knight of Cups in the upright talks about somebody coming towards you with a gesture of love or friendship. So in the reverse, it doesn't feel like, Spirit just said love lost, love lost. So if this had to do with a job situation, you know, there could be, you know, you trying to rise up through the ranks, and maybe there's a part of you that had to sacrifice a piece of who you are in order to do it. Just take it as it resonates. I see you, though, trying very hard to just appreciate the place that you are, which is always a good, it's always a good tactic to show gratitude. But I also feel some kind of like you looking to this raven for answers. This raven has a top hat. It's just kind of like, and now I hear that meme voice. Look at this look at this distinguished gentleman. Yes, very distinguished. It's almost like this raven, you're looking to something outside of yourself that has the answers that you seek. The more that I look at this card, the more disconcerting it gets. Because there's just like a human hand there. And like, I feel like you had to make a sacrifice. I feel like that sacrifice is a little bit of your personality. Maybe you are this Knight of Cups in reverse, right? Not wanting to give your whole heart. Not feeling like you can communicate that to others. In the present energy, number 37, which reduces to a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune card, talks about divine timing and good luck, good fortune. The words are, no rain today. No rain today. So weird. It's almost like I feel like that moon is looking at me. But it's the sun. I just said the moon. Why did I say the moon when it's clearly the sun? No rain today. There's rain here. That's so interesting that I said the moon, because I was thinking moon face, right? The moon is all about secrets and mystery and illusion. Almost like you're the moon energy, but you're putting a sun face on it. You're trying to have a sunny disposition. But there's some clouds here. It's clarified by another 8. That's 2 8s in your reading. The 8 of Swords. You know, the movie Vertigo came up in an earlier reading. Now I can't remember. Maybe it was for the water signs. Eight of Swords talks about analysis paralysis and anxiety. Vertigo came up because of this spiral pattern. It's very disorienting. Like, is it coming inward or is it going outward? It's almost like not knowing where you stand and trying to just put a happy face on it. What the Wheel of Fortune is referenced here in the 10, 37 reducing to a 10. So maybe you're just waiting for the right time to show who you really are. Yeah. If this is a work situation, this is number 21, the world. Chapters closing and new chapters opening. If this is a work situation, it's almost like I feel like you're waiting for an opportunity to leave. You're putting on a brave face and you're grateful for the opportunity, but you're looking towards something new. You're trying to close out a chapter. So interesting too in this card, see how it's mirrored. It's mirrored energy. Could be a lot of emotional turmoil or emotional consideration, which is not the default setting for the air signs, but nevertheless, it's important at this juncture. Thank you, Spirit. It's almost like there's no rain today, nothing to see here. There's all the sunshine. I don't know what you're talking about. And now I'm saying I'm being sarcastic. Which air signs are known for being. I'm being very sarcastic, almost to the point of being cynical. I feel cynicism coming through. Can I get a clarifier? What are we closing out here? Two of Swords. Yeah, there's stagnancy. Two of Swords talks about kind of deliberation, like not knowing which direction to head into. Maybe not knowing which offer to take. Maybe there are two on the table. Lots of Swords energy. You know, like 8 plus 2 is 10 of Swords. I think you're kind of over it. There's something, like I just want to be like, I'm over it. You want me to communicate something? I'm over it. So interesting too. The future potential. Number 43, which reduces to a 7. The Chariot card in the Major Arcana, Cancer energy. And the word is secrets. There's that moon for sure this time. Cancer energy is victory, is moving forward. It's an understanding of the light and the shadow aspects of who we are. I think you are really, if it's not a job, could be a relationship, could be just a situationship, could be I don't know. Could be moving. Because the Chariot card talks about movement, right? Whatever it is, you're keeping it under lock and key. Very heavily guarded. This lack of communication, quite frankly. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in the upright talks about isolation and being left out in the cold. And I see there's this, I feel this very resolute energy about you. No one's going to leave me out in the cold anymore. Or I'm going to leave before they leave me. That's intense. I have a clarifier on the secrets card. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This kind of flipped around on the table. It landed upright, but then spun around. Seven of Pentacles. Let's look at it in the upright for a second. Seven of Pentacles can talk about planting a seed and watching it grow, watching it expand, bloom and blossom, and then asking ourselves, was it worth it? Was it worth all the time, effort, and energy that I invested? And the answer is no, it wasn't worth it, not to me. Right? What's the secret here is that you're kind of letting go now. You may have invested in this situation, in this relationship or whatever, and now you just want to exit. Stage left. It's so funny because when you swipe left, it's like a dating app. When you swipe left, it's a rejection. When you swipe right, it's a acceptance, right? And I just want to be like, no, 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 no. It's a rejection of something. I think you're exiting a situation right now. I think you're keeping it to yourself. I think you're trying to be grateful for the experience, but you're still letting it go. What is Spirit's advice? To the air signs. Thank you. Knight of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. Yikes. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is spontaneous. Knight of Wands can be problematic. That's why I said yikes. But if you're the Knight of Wands, exit stage left, right? Like you're just very spontaneous. Fly by the seat of your pants. Let's get out of Dodge. I have a lot going on and I want to go accomplish it. And I'm very passionate about it and I just want to leave and go do my thing. For all those of you who are like maybe thinking about ghosting somebody, please don't do that. You're an adult and you have a right to make your decision. Communicate. Communicate to that person that it's over. Yeah, you have integrity, so communicate to that person. A text message is the least you can do. An in-person conversation is always, I think, the most mature. But a phone call is in between, right? So that's your reading, air signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, air signs.